How many years have you been in this rabbit business?
I've not been a year yet.
And you have about 200?
About 200, counting the ones that we've sold already. Remember, the target is to catch up with the chicken farm.
Why rabbit farming? Because there are other livestock farming which you could have ventured into. Why do you choose rabbit farming instead of goats, cow, and other animals? But why rabbit farming?
Good question. Rabbit farming because it's simple, it's easy, it's not as demanding as all the rest that you've named.
Sure.
If you think about it, look at this space we've got here, from the wooden cage all the way down there. If I tell you I can keep about 200 rabbits and more in this space, you tell me how many goats will fit in this space.
You need more space.
More space. So sure. Number one is the space. Number two, have you heard any noise?
Not at all.
No noise. Everything is peaceful. All of them are happy. Rabbits are easy to feed as compared to all the rest that you've named. Rabbits are, you know, they are easier to look after in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, these are some of the few reasons, but if you talk about rabbit meat as well, the importance and the quality of the meat, nutritional value of the meat, low cholesterol, high protein, you know, all these things adds up to the reason why I chose rabbit farming. But one of the most important reason is because it's like nobody really find it prolific, or you know, it's like something that you can slide at the side,
sure,
you know, without being noticed.
Yeah.
Because if I have 200 cows here, everybody will hear moo.
Sure.
And if I have goats, everybody will know about it. But here we are with a small portion, we have about 200 or more rabbits in this space. So.
Wow. Well, how many years have you been in this rabbit business?
I've not been a year yet. So
wow. And you have about 200?
About 200, yes.
Wow.
And I'm not counting the ones that we've sold already. But yeah.
Is there any other job you do apart from rabbit farming?
Personally, yes, but we do have a full-time staff who look after the farm.
Wow.
But personally, yes, I've got a few things that I do as well. But it's something that we do collectively. I come here as often as I can. But there's a full-time staff, and we've got some young students also helping. As you can see, these young guys who are helping as well. They love agric, they love the animals. So we're trying to help every corner, whoever we can help to. If they are interested in rabbits, then we can help them in a way. But we have a full-time staff, yes. I can say I'm a full-time rabbit farmer, but I don't do all the job myself, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So yes, I have other job to do.
This question I'm coming to ask, it look a bit difficult for I myself.
Go on.
But I think I have to ask for our viewers and also anybody that wants to venture into rabbit farming. If you are given the opportunity to become the president, the MP, or any important person in Ghana and Africa as a whole, which kind of livestock will you choose, or will you advise that the nation should push more economically? Well,
I would like to divide your question into chunks. First of all, I don't do politics, so I don't want to be the president or so let me clarify that. But what I'll encourage every household to do is to have a livestock of a kind. I'm going to be biased here and say, if you can, why not keep rabbit instead of keeping fowl that they will go around and, you know, someone will hit them. And if you have a free range chicken ranging around, someone might hit them, or they might pick something that you don't know. If you have rabbits and you're keeping them in cage and you're feeding them the right food, and you're gonna know what you are going to consume, if you consume them and when you consume them. Goats are a bit difficult to keep. Sheep similar. Then you go to cattle, you need bigger space, grazing and all that.
Yeah.
Rabbits are, in my opinion, in my biased opinion, is the easiest of all these domestic livestock. If you can keep them, they will be much more prolific. They breed like rabbits, as you've heard a saying, rabbits breed like rabbits. And you know, so long as you got a good cage, you can keep them and they will not create any problem for you.
How long does it take for a bunny to reach the mature stage?
Really depends on the breed. I deal with a medium kind of breeds, so I'm more New Zealand and California. I don't have any pure California, but I have pure New Zealand white and brown. So again, I'm going to be biased towards the breeds and say with California, between 5 and 6 months, based on the weight, a female rabbit should be ready to breed. You know, so long as they achieve the 2 kilograms or very close to, they are ready to breed, the females. And then the males, I would say give them up to 7 months, 6-7 months. Again, depending on the weight, because the heavier they are, the more matured you think they are. I don't want to talk about the other breeds because they're not my cup of tea really. All the rabbits I've got here are a mixture of New Zealand and something. You know, when we started, we didn't know the real breed we're dealing with, but since we had New Zealand, pure New Zealands, everything here, we are in the third generation or third generation of production.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yes. And so I can say we've purged the whole farm, and now we can claim that whatever we have here is either hybrid of New Zealand or pure breed New Zealand, either red or white, because we got a red here and then we got a white there.
So in 5 years, 2 years, or even 10 years to come, do you plan of increasing or taking it to the national stage or level or the international level?
Yeah, we intend to get to the highest level with this. We are nearly a year into a 2 years project, and I think we are in a very, very good position where we are now. We've been able to learn a lot and identify how to raise the right breeds. And we have even experienced how to selectively breed, how to know that this doe is a very good doe, it's going to give you more babies, or it's going to do this and that and that. So it's a 2 years project, and we are almost a year. We are 3 months into a year, 3 months to a year into the project. So after our second year, we will then analyze things again and see where we're going from the 2 years. But definitely the sky is the limit.
Sure.
I want to do this on a very, very high scale. So the space you're seeing here, probably in the next 2 years, hopefully we won't be here. We'll get proper farmland where we have grass and this and that, because we're not thinking about just the rabbits, we're thinking of the value chain as well. We're thinking of the manure, the wee, and you know, we're thinking of other rabbit farmers, how to breed the best breeds for them, you know, and continue the good genetics and make sure that we are spreading the right kind of breeds for breeders, you know. And then we talk about the meat production aspect of it. So we are not even halfway through yet. So the sky is the limit. The vision is big. Hopefully we'll get there.
When you get a chance to train beginners, or maybe somebody see this video on YouTube or any of the medias I do post my video and will want to venture or enter into rabbit farming, will you give the chance to train such a person?
Well, this is the main goal, really. I'm not that selfish. Sometimes I think like, am I a businessman really? Because I want everybody to know what I know, because that's the only way we can move forward collectively. Remember, the target is to catch up with a chicken farm.
Sure.
And I can't do it. Even if I have 10 acres, I can't do it alone. So when I spread the love to the young ones, especially the young ones, if you get more young people getting into these, it means sustainability, isn't it?
Sure.
So this is why we're organizing things. This is why I'm doing the YouTube. This is actually my motivation of doing the YouTube video, and obviously yourself as well.
Sure.
So that whatever I'm learning, I'll pass on to everybody who wants to get into it and learn.
Sure.
If you post this video before Monday, then we have a Facebook forum where we're gonna have a live discussion. I made 2 hours live discussion on Monday coming 11th, where we would, talk anything rabbit. We'll go live. Anyone who wants question and all that, and I intend to do more of that. YouTube live, because I know the world is smaller now with social media. So we are going to use that, and once in a while, if you can make it to our farm physically, then obviously we can go ahead and have a little chat physically. But the aim is to train as many people as possible. Yes, I want more people to get into rabbit farming and understand where we can go from there and take over, especially the young ones. Yes.
That's good. So how many breeds do you have in your farm here?
I would say I have one breed.
One breed. Why?
New Zealand white and any other thing, because look, it's better you simplify things, right? If you Google the best meat rabbit, you will get first New Zealand, second California.
Wow.
And then the rest follows.
I haven't done that.
You haven't. You check after we speak.
Okay,
so if you want to be prolific, then you go for the best,
sure,
right?
Sure.
That's why I invested heavily into the New Zealand breed, because I know that's what can enrich my farm. And truly, anything you have here, yes, we have different colors. That's because our first generation were not pure New Zealands, but from when we start from the second generation, it's all New Zealand plus something, or either pure New Zealand or hybrid New Zealand. So the best answer to that is we've got hybrids of New Zealand and pure New Zealands. That's what we got here.
So as a beginner, let's say I am a beginner and I want to enter into rabbit farming, what are the breeds you advise me to go in for? Maybe I need like 2 or 3 breeds in my farm.
Let me throw that question back at you. Why do you need 2 or 3 breeds?
Okay, you see, there are many farmers, or there are many beginners that will want to have different breeds in their farm to meet the market standard. Because there are some farmers, they will never call you or message you or WhatsApp you for any other breeds
than the one they want.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, that's their cup of tea.
Sure.
But for me, I'm purely New Zealand.
Wow.
So I won't advise you to get something that I won't get. Look, we have to be focused.
Sure.
Sure. And focusing means narrowing down. If you're going here, if you want Palomino, New Zealand, Chinchilla, you want all the breeds, have you got the space to house them? Yeah. And again, another thing I think about is, if you narrow it down, you know so much about the New Zealands, which are the best meat breed. Remember, all of us, all of us doing farming, because I'm breeding for breeders at the moment. I'm specifically breeding for breeders, right?
Sure.
But at some point, when all these breeders have got enough breeds, what do I do with my rabbitry? Meat production.
Sure.
And I have the best breed for meat in the world.
Sure.
In the New Zealand.
Sure.
So I don't think I need any other one. But the advantage for me is I'm specifically specifying and specializing in New Zealand, which means I'm knowing more about them, I'm knowing more of their characteristics, I'm knowing more about the way they behave, and you know, I'm knowing more about their feeding, their breeding and all that. So I will become an expert in New Zealand.
Sure.
Do you understand? I believe in specialization.
Sure.
Maybe in the future I might be able to add some, but at the moment it's all New Zealand. And if I would advise anyone to get into it, because I know how quickly they grow, I know how strong they are, I know they are more prolific than maybe I don't have the right to say it because I've not gone into the other breeds. But what I know is when you narrow something down, you become specialized and you become even better, you know. So that's why I'm focusing on that. So if I were advise anyone to get into any breed, by all means you get the breed you want. But for me, I'm biased with New Zealand white and brown.
Do you think rabbitry is profitable?
Very good question. I refuse to get into that debate because everything is profitable if you do it well. Okay. And I also don't like some of the things that we create about you can make a million with rabbit farming in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years. I don't like to quantify time when it comes to profitability, because it makes your mind, it takes the focus of your mind into money instead of you thinking about development and creating a successful farm. You're thinking about how much money you can make. And I think that is a distraction, you know. So as I told you from the beginning, we have a 2 years plan where in the 2 years, I'm focusing on developing and learning more about these things. And then after that, I can start thinking about the money. I think, yes, you can make millions from rabbit farming, but how long it takes you is another, you know, because I've not made, it's nearly a year and I've not made a million yet. So if people know how to make millions within a year, please, I'm the first in the queue. I want to know because I've not made any million yet.
Wow.
You know, honestly, this is the first time I'm doing sales.
Wow.
You know, and I've taken my time because I want to sell proper breeding stock to other farmers. I made some mistakes and I don't want them to repeat the same mistake. So hence I opened my YouTube channel to share with everyone how I'm doing mine, what I'm doing. I'm not choking anyone to do the same thing I'm doing or the same way I'm doing it. I'm sharing it. So if you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, pass. You know, so yes, it can be profitable. It's workable, but it takes time. You have to build a farm, you have to build clientele, you have to, you know, you have to be able to maintain a farm. I don't think we have a problem with consumers. I've always said we cannot provide enough meat.
Not at all.
We are nowhere there.
Not at all.
So it's more about whether we can sustain the production, you know. So right now, if I get a client that says every week I want 100 rabbits, I can't produce it. You know, I need to expand. So that's where the money is. If I'm selling 100 a week and I can produce 100 meat rabbits a week, then I'm making money. But I'm not there yet. Hopefully I'll get there. So it can be prolific. It can be prolific. You need planning and you need to have a strategy how you're going to work. You need to have your dough unit, which means if you've got 20 females who are producing for you, or 100 females, and you need to have a plan where you're breeding them. How many times are you breeding them?
Okay.
You know, you need to have a plan in place, and you can earn money from it. You can earn a living from rabbit farming, for definite.
Okay. Do you plan for bringing farmers together to create an association where exhibitions will be held, or something like a workshop will be held, to open up the market to other people who do not have a taste of what we call rabbit?
That is, you know, the industry is very small in Ghana and Africa, but I'm gonna be straightforward to you. There are a lot of selfish other rabbit farmers who don't want to come together for their own selfish gains. And this is where you have to tread carefully, because everybody have got their plans, you know, in terms of people have got their motives for coming public, and people have got their motives for doing this rabbit farming, you know. I won't say I will create an association. I've got my YouTube and I've got my Facebook community where I'm sharing information with like-minded people. People come and ask questions, and then we find a solution. If I don't, I research and bring the answer. Other people comes and give their contribution. I've got my YouTube channel where any information, important information I hear about rabbitry, I come straight and share it with the community.
Okay.
So this is what I'm doing. Yes, in the future, if you realize this December, I did the African Rabbit Farmers Award thing, just shouting praises to other rabbit farmers. I would like to do better this year, December, and probably actually give some people some awards if they deserve it, when they deserve it. So perhaps that could be like the beginning of setting up something, because, you know, in this industry is very small, and instead of us opening it and sharing valuable information, you realize that some you know, I'm not picking on anyone, but I would say everyone have got their motive. Sure. And that's why you have to tread carefully, because you don't want to step on anyone's toes, and you just want to focus on what you're doing as well. I will do my bit. Remember, I said to you, my mission is to expand and create the value chain. Value chain meaning how we are going to price, and we're gonna have to work with other rabbit farmers. I'm thinking of franchising, you know, rather than having an association where, you know, it's hard to control. Remember, I told you I don't do politics. So
sure.
If you have an association, then you have to have a chairman, you have to have this, and then that becomes political.
Sure.
I'd rather focus on the rabbit farming. If I have franchises, if you franchise from me, which means if I support you to set up, then you are your own business person, sure. And we work together. So if I buy from you, or whatever, I help you to set up because you're selling directly to me, or whichever, that's easier. I don't think of real association because I don't want political influences. I don't want to get involved with people's business. I want to get involved with my business and do it properly. I'm willing to, don't get me wrong, I'm willing to work with anyone who is like-minded, you know, who thinks like me and who's got similar vision as me, and work together. But this is Rabito Famino. This is what we do.
So that was a nice place.
Yeah.
A nice place.
Okay.
A nice place.
So hopefully the next time you come, there will be new development.
Sure.
But at the moment, we're still selling. We've got only few left.
Sure.
Only few limited left. When it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
So you've witnessed how many gone? 4 gone.
Many.
There's someone also coming to collect about 3. So when it's gone, it's gone. So if you want a pure breed, bred for breeders, bred for starters, Rabito Famino is the place to get it from. Because we've waited and waited and created good breeders, for breeders. So if you buy from us, you know you're going to get the advice you need, you're going to get all the information you need of every rabbit you buy from us. You get a history of every rabbit you buy from us. Because I told you this is the 3rd generation.
Sure.
We are selling the 3rd generation. You know, so she is a 2nd generation and her kids are 3rd generation, if that makes sense.
Sure.
She was born in the farm. All of them here were born, all the mothers here, with the exception of that one. This is 1st generation, that one.
Okay.
All of them were born in this farm.
Wow.
You know, so we know their mothers, we know the good nature of their mothers, and we've selected the babies from good mothers, and boy, they've proven us right, because they litter perfectly without any problem. So that's why when you buy from us, we know what we're selling for you.
Okay, so guys, what I came to meet is mind-boggling, because looking at the pure breed male, so huge. So guys, if you want any of the pure breeds, hybrids, or even the local breeds, look nowhere than Rabito Farming. No, and you're going to get the best.
Let me tell you something. If you haven't subscribed to Nana Coffee Farms, which is African
Farms,
do subscribe now, because this guy is doing some wonderful. He's a young man doing some wonderful stuff on YouTube, and he's a very good guy. He gives good information, very humble, and you know. So you got to subscribe to his channel, please. That's a big appeal to you. Subscribe to his channel.
Wow.
All right.
Thank you, Rabito.
Thank you, Rabito Famino and African Farms. We see you again.
Wow. Bye.